Hello, everyone. We will be starting in just about 2 minutes, right at 7 o'clock, like planned. So, if someone could please just type something into the chat, that would be great so that I can make sure that you can hear me. Ah, damn it. Okay. There we go. Now sound should be working. Sorry, everyone. All right. Um, yeah, I basically was saying subscribe, like, and check out our Telegram. So, t.me/altcoin mentors, and then our brand new beta altcoin mentees chat. So that is t.me/altcoin mentees. And we have 14 people in there right now. It is not too active yet, but we're trying to up that just a little bit more. So, I was not on screencast. All right, let's just dive in, I guess. So, not much has changed on this Bitcoin daily chart. Last week, I said that we should see some more consolidation, and frustratingly, that is exactly what we saw. So, yeah, I like the wheelchair too. I just found out about all these cool things that you can add in TradingView. Some pretty interesting symbols. I don't know why you would ever have to add a LinkedIn to your chart, but I guess you can if you want to. I mainly will be using the rocket ship and the wheelchair. So the wheelchair indicates that after this consolidation, I am expecting us to finally break this $5,700 level that has been acting as support for one. Let me get that arrow. Where is it? Arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And it's actually pretty rare for support to be tested from one side that often. And so when it is, I would expect that to break the next time it is. And you can also see in the volume profile, let me get a rectangle for that. Between this area, that's just open air, 5500 and 4600, almost no volume. So I mean, that just basically means that the price is going to cut through that area like butter. And that leads in nicely to the expected capitulation, which usually portends the bull runs that we usually see. You can see how sharp in previous corrections. Oops, I'm still in the tool. I mean, look at how sharply all of these how these last candles, how long they are, and then you get an immediate bounce back. Long candle capitulation, bounce back. You got a little bit more chop, but eventually get that capitulation. And even the much talked about 2015 ended in a quick capitulation where the price went down 44% in in 1 week. So don't think that there isn't a historical precedent for this and then I'm just making stuff up. This is what tends to happen. I would not be surprised if we saw a Bitcoin take a haircut by 50% in a week or so, like has happened in the past. So, I mean, I'm going to say this and I really hope it doesn't jinx my trade later, but shorting off of the breakout 5,700 down to 4,500 might be the easiest trade you'll make. So I hope that didn't jinx anything. Anyway, that level at 2,900 remains to be support, must hold support actually. If $2,900 breaks, well, the region's really, it's between 3,100 and 2,900, and if that area breaks, that means that cryptos might be gone for a while. That would destroy a lot of the long-term charts and really make it look like this was a much more major top than a lot of people had originally thought, including myself. So as we get closer to that $2,900 level, we will have to reevaluate and see what happens. But at this time, I do think that the long-term pattern is still pretty good, and would be surprised if that happened. I'm still not actually sure that we can get below, let's say, 4,000. If we get into the 3,000s, that would be surprising to me. So we'll see. Long term still looks good. Like I said, as long as that level holds. So the long-term target still between 4,700 and 48,000 and 82,000 as long as this level holds. So still looking good. And if I go into the Ethereum daily chart, also in a wave 3, also looks like it still has more to go. So we're at $300 now, and there's a lot of open air between this $300 and its major support at $90. So just like Bitcoin, that $90 level, just like Bitcoin's $3,000 level, 90 has to hold in order to be hitting its long-term targets. And for Ethereum, the long-term targets are 5,200 to 11,700. Let me just double check that. Yep, that is correct. And you have kind of a an ideal target in between those zones at around 6,400. So hopefully $90 holds, and we can see those frankly ludicrous targets hit. And it does. Let's look at the volume profile. You know, I actually haven't done a volume profile on Ether, so this will be interesting. Ticks per row. Actually, let's just do number of rows, 200. Yeah, look at that. All right. Support at, really strong support at $50. Pretty good support at 90. And then also support at right around 230. And then after that, it kind of dwindles until 90. Kind of funny how that works, how the Fibonacci targets usually end up going along with volume and what happened in the past. All right. I kind of did that out of order. But if we go into the 6-hour Bitcoin chart, like I had said last week, we just continued to chop around at this zone. Nothing really happened. So let's see, exactly 1 week ago we were at 6,400 and now we're at 6,500. So still stuck in this range between 6,000 and 6,600. Maybe it looks like we are now about to test that area for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th time. And I would expect it to break on the 5th time. The long-term, or not long-term, the medium-term target box is between 6,700 and 7,400. I do think that it'll be on the lower end of that, so probably maybe capped out at 6,900. If not, then 7,200, but that would be a fairly deep retrace, so which wouldn't be technically wrong for it to, like, nothing would be invalid, but Bitcoin's history says that it typically does not do stuff like that. Bitcoin historically likes to have very shallow Bs and shallow 4s. So once we creep into that above 6750 zone, that's when you have quite a bit of risk to the downside. Not that there's risk to the downside right now. I mean, we've technically hit the minimum target for this retrace and could drop at any time. But that support, I mean, being hit 5 different times without breaking, that does kind of make me think that we'll take that out before dropping further. And then on the 90-minute, things looking a little bit more complicated here. I apologize for it not being so clean, but essentially, let me just remove some of these unnecessary fibs. Would you explain something about MITH? I have literally no idea what MITH is, so I guess not. Is that some sort of acronym for something? MITH. I have no idea. But as you can see from this 90-minute, while it is possible that we just chop around more in the form of a larger B wave, so that's in blue here. Okay, I'll just show the wave. I hate showing the wave, but it's okay in this situation. We can just chop around here and then continue up. It's possible. It would be very annoying, personally. I don't really trade ranges that much, although I might consider doing it because we do seem to be in them a lot. But it does look like we have a decent enough setup off of this little pop we had a few hours ago to get up into that green zone before dropping. Uh, but it does look like the structure will be in the form of a diagonal, so it could just grind up there for the next few days and then consolidate up, and we're in the exact same place as before. So I'm not expecting a lot of action in the next week, but I would not be surprised by it either. Oh, and a good point that someone had told me, had brought up before, was that I did not list a bullish alternative, and that is true because I don't really see one. What would need to happen would be for this to turn into a 5-wave structure. So it would need to turn into a leading diagonal, right? So I would need to see something kind of like this. Oh wait, they have a tool for this. Ghost feed bars pattern. Oh, what? Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. TradingView has some really cool features I didn't know about. Okay, ghost pattern. So it would have to go up here, down, boom, 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 here, here. All right, I'm just gonna use the paintbrush. I don't know what that just happened there, but essentially you'd have to just keep making higher highs and higher lows to confirm a major uptrend, and then we are going to be starting to go on our way to those all-time highs. And then but again, yeah, I don't really expect that to happen until we do get some sort of until that actually forms fully. I'm not going to be believing it until then. All right. Any questions on Bitcoin? Mithril. Is it possible to not finish B-wave, just drop? Yeah, yes, it is possible. I mean, yeah, longer term pattern is bearish. Like, the minimum target was confirmed, so it could just drop at any time. I don't expect that at this point, just because this is a very unfinished pattern. You don't really see this without another high made. But, I mean, yeah, it's possible that we just drop immediately. Not necessarily probable, just like it's also not probable that we go to new all-time highs from here without a new low, but it's possible. Which is why I always advocate scaling in and out instead of trading all your size at once. Because you should never assume that you're going to be 100% right. Pack bags and leave crypto, like I said. Possible that it will go to all-time highs, but not likely. See, the thing is that a lot of the altcoins still look like they can make lower lows here too. Let's just look at Icon, since I was just looking at it. Icon hit my first target of 60 cents, and we're getting a smaller bounce right now, but it still looks pretty corrective. And the next one target after that is at 36 cents and 26 cents. So that's about a 50% drop, which kind of lines up with Bitcoin taking a haircut and Ethereum as well. So the market pretty much is in alignment with needing one more low. uh, I would definitely look into taking off some risk if you are extremely long. Am I long Bitcoin at the moment? I have spot, but it's hedged, so no, I guess. But if we go into the 30-minute, there is a swing trade setup. Not a swing. I guess it is a swing trade. Right here. So if we go correctively down into this green box between 6,400 and 6,350, and it ends up being like the price action looks pretty weak. There's divergences. Yeah, I'm gonna be buying that to try to play the rally up to this C of B. You bought the book Trading the Zone? Awesome. Yeah, great book. What a lot of people don't understand is that technical analysis is great, but you can have the best analysis in the world and be a terrible trader. Trading is about managing your emotions, risk management, discipline, not about analysis. Cool. Let's get to the Ethereum lower time frames. Ethereum also looks like it wants to go higher. In fact, this pattern is a little bit cleaner than Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. It looks pretty similar. The targeted zone from here is only to around $200, but because we do tend to see extended fives in crypto assets, I would not be surprised by a puke down to below that. Again, $90 is that must-hold level. 175 kind of being the ideal level. So we'll see what happens. I am definitely not long in Ethereum right now. And I'm definitely going to be looking to go short once we get closer to that $350 level. I'd pointed out in the email that it is possible that Ethereum has bottomed. It is higher probability that Ethereum bottomed than Bitcoin, but still not high probability. And if we break over 350 and then break over 375, then that's something I might consider. But until then, I still think that we get rejected off of that and head to new lows. Emotions are the killer of dreams. Yep, exactly. I saw a lot of people DMing me on Twitter, especially over Ripple. Let me pull that up. So I was in a Ripple trade earlier this week. Yeah, so I had looks pretty clean, like 5 waves up, clean 5 waves down, and then you saw a very nice 5 waves into the 1 of 3, and then this is where I was buying. I got in at around 30 cents or 29 cents, and then that very quickly, much quicker than I anticipated, ran up all the way to the top at around 37. So it was a very good trade, but a lot of people missed out on it. It was pretty unexpected. It happened really quickly. And I know a lot of people who just started to FOMO into this. They said, oh shit, Ripple went up 10%. Let me get in so that I can ride this thing all the way back up to the moon. Right? And I know it sounds ridiculous right now, but it is definitely... Your emotions take over and you just have no idea what to do. And that's what happens to a lot of people who haven't really done this for a very long time. This pattern is actually broken right now, so I'll delete it from the chart. But yeah, don't FOMO into things. You have to have a trading plan. You have to know what the trend is. You have to know your support resistance, and you have to know what entry you're looking for. So where did I take profit? So let's boom, boom, boom. So the level that I took profit at was right here. So let me draw that. So 35 cents. And I mean, that's just because I acted as resistance here, down, resistance, resistance, resistance. And you can even see, again, it's been hit multiple times here as well. So I sold half at 35 cents and then set a stop loss to right below, so like around 33.5 cents. And that just got hit pretty much immediately, at like hours afterwards while I was sleeping. So yeah, and you can see now, even now, it's respecting that resistance level. Now here's a free trade setup for you. If this gets above this support line, gets to a higher high than here, and then retests this is a fairly high probability buy at 35 cents to go up. All right. Any questions? I kind of went off on a tangent there, but that's okay. Any questions on Ethereum or the Ripple trade? Fourth wave on Ripple? It's possible. So this 4 retraced a little bit deeper than I would have liked. So really I would have liked it to have held above like that region. It's not the end of the world since there's still a lot of space between between here. So it's not the end of the world, but it's just a little bit more unconventional. This right now looks like a leading diagonal. So if it gets to above there, and then when you see that retrace, which was what I was just talking about. So if you can get a retrace from there, then yeah, it looks fairly good to continue up, and this is where you can kind of combine TA methods, where you can see that bounce off of there. Which chart is this? Okay. Anyone know if there's a way to select, like just drag and click to remove drawing tools? I wish I could do that. That would be great. Delete, delete. So with the rest of the market looking like it's gonna puke, I would not be long Ripple right now, unless it retraced a little bit more and had a clear intention of breaking its highs. Okay, I'm gonna actually look at this mini alt season. Yeah, I mean, we had it a few days ago where you saw things like Ontology going up 40%, or VeChain going up 30%. I mean, those are very big moves. So if you caught those, congratulations. But I mean, they retraced about 10% afterwards immediately. So it was quite short-lived. took that opportunity to sell a bunch of the alts that I still had small bags of. And I was actually thinking of waiting until the morning after that, but it was a good thing I did not, because it ended up going immediately down after that. So that next major level for Ripple is at 6,200 sats. And so yeah, it definitely has some room to go. It's kind of just in open space right now. But you have to be wary of its long-term pattern, which is still bearish. All right, let's take a look at Mithril. Mine Mithril, find followers, fortune, and fame. Rewards content creators. Okay, immediately I'm thinking, how is this better than basic attention token? Mine Mithril. Okay, years are 20. Okay, so I mean, what have they done anything? Like, I'm not seeing a link to actually use it. Are they building it? I'm not quite seeing the point of this. So it's just rewarding content creators. Like, okay, so here's the thing. Building a network effect is so difficult. Building a two-sided marketplace is so difficult. And I have very little faith that they're going to be able to do it. I have very little faith that anyone will be able to do it. I'm still not seeing any progress that they've made. Right? So they don't have, I don't see a roadmap anywhere. Okay, here we go. Roadmap. Lit release. Did they release it? Because I'm not seeing anything. Wallet. So they're getting close to that. So they'll release their wallet in Q4. Not releasing their blockchain for another year? Jeez. See, the problem with this is that okay, there's a lot of problems with this. Let's start off with one of them. That they're trying to both create value, or they're trying to capture value that doesn't currently exist, right? So they have to transfer people from one social media platform, and they're trying to be live streaming. So that's what YouTube, Periscope, also content channels, TV, cable, dating services, Tinder, Bumble. They're trying to do all these different things, and they haven't even shown that they haven't even validated their hypothesis of even one of them. So I just don't really I don't know how this is worth $130 million, let alone being a top 50 number 55 coin. Like, this doesn't make sense to me at all. Where is this traded? OKX, Seathfinex, okay. Yeah, I just don't see why anyone would use it. Because it's at least with basic attention token, it's just a web browser, right? And you can use a web browser to give, and you generate basic attention token, and it gives it to the people who you're watching, right? It makes sense. I mean, switching browsers not that difficult, like, and the Brave browser is pretty good. It lets you block ads, loads pages faster, right? But Mithril, like, why would I use this? I have no idea why I would use this. I have Facebook already. I would have to have all my friends be using this to get any utility at all out of it. So they're going to have to build up network effects for every single different application that they want to bootstrap. And they haven't even validated one of them. So this just doesn't make sense to me at all. You know, I mean, this, like, I could see maybe a tenth of this, and I would still not buy it. I mean, what is Republic Protocol at? What's Request Network at? Let's see. 30 million? Man, that's overpriced too. Republic Protocol, 13 million. Yeah, see, like, it's... Mithril is 10 times Republic Protocols, and it just doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I don't even know what... Like all the other shit coins, this is just gonna be a point in history, and... I mean, let's just do a fun exercise by looking at... okay, I forget how to do this now. How do I find the historical? Historical snapshots. Perfect. All right. Let's go to August 19, 2016. Okay, not far enough. 2014. This is what it's going to look like in another 3 years, where you have all these different coins that just aren't even, that are just out of the fray. No one cares about them anymore. I mean, NXT, when was the last time you heard anything about NXT? Purecoin, even Dash. Like, who likes Dash? Dogecoin, obviously a joke. Namecoin, pretty much dead. MadeSafe, also dead. Counterparty, no one's heard from anything out there. XC, I've literally never heard of XC. Blackcoin, never heard of it. Bitcoin still exists, but no, has a bug, right? Like, the blockchain's broken. Monocoin, never heard of it. Bitcoin Dark, another shit fork. Neutrino, never heard of it. Omni, never heard of it. Redcoin, still a shitcoin. Quark, never heard of it. Like, all these things, this is what's going to happen to all the coins that are on the market cap right now. Are we in a bear market? Are we in a bear market? Bitcoin drew down 70%, and altcoins on average drew down more than 85%. Yes, we are in a bear market. I don't even understand. When the stock market goes down 20%, it's in a bear market. Bitcoin goes up and down 20% within a week. But by any means, 70% is going to be in a bear market. We're in consolidation. I mean, no, we're not in consolidation. If you're talking about Alessio Rostani, that guy's a complete joker. We're in consolidation. You want to see something that's in consolidation? Because there's a difference. This is gold. Gold is in consolidation. Gold has been in this range for 1,950 days. So this is a consolidation where it's just going sideways. I mean, what's the drawdown here? 1,400 to 1,100, so that's just like 25%. I mean, yeah, like when you have a 25% drawdown, but it's over 2,000 days, that's a consolidation. When Bitcoin crashes in 1 month, 70%, that's a bear market. And it continues to go down, and altcoins are down 90%, that's a bear market. Do I do candlestick analysis? Not really, but I can try. Let's see. Weekly close on monthly is still above moving average. Which one? Under the 21 moving average? Monthly? Who's looking at the monthly chart? Why would... Okay, anyway. Weekly close. Just looks like a normal candle. Like, the only things I really look for in terms of candlestick analysis are pin bars and dojis. I guess technically a doji is a pin bar, but yeah. So like this, like that, like that, like that. But yeah, other things can't tell that much. Not really a candlestick person. Like monthly? Why would you use the monthly? Let's go to BLX. Monthly. Wow, we really can't use volume profile, huh? Okay, and then what? For some reason, he's using the 21 period moving average. So by his definition, we were in a bear market in 2014. That's when we dropped below this at 400. And we're just about to drop below that again. I mean, like, his definition of bear market's really, really not a good one, because really the goal of identifying a market as bull and bear is when you should buy and when you should not buy, right? Like, in a bull market, you want to have a position. In a bear market, you don't want to have a position. So if you ask anyone on the street, if your asset draws down 90%, do you still want to own it? No one would say yes. No one wants to go through a 90% drawdown. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous for anyone to say that a 90% drawdown is not a bear market. That is just such a ridiculous claim. But really, it's just all semantics. I mean, what everyone really cares about is, where is this thing going to bounce, right? And for that, yeah, 4,500 or 3,000 or crypto dies. pretty much. The Apex, CPX. I'll go through that one first. CPX. Close gold, close Ethereum. Small cap. Oof. Yeah, I mean, look at this. 32 cents to 2 cents. Are you kidding me? That's a bear market. To 1.7, that's a 95% drawdown. That means that if you start with $1,000, that you end with 50. Like, oh, I've looked at this before. Uh, yeah, lots of buzzwords. Like, honestly, it's probably a good investment. It's a good spec play. Just throw a little bit of money into it, just in case it ends up blowing up, right? Because I mean, yeah, just out of ICO releases in a bear market, below, well, just above $10 million market cap, like has some pretty big names in it and partners, and it's just another kind of like smart contract play, general blockchain. Why not? Like, just throw some money at it, because at least it kind of makes sense, and it's cheap. So, but I mean, you don't go all in on something like this. I mean, maybe throw in like what, like at 1% of your portfolio into something like this. Not even. I mean, you just have to accept that your risk is going to zero. You know, with things like this, I actually don't mind the hodl mentality, just because you kind of are going for all or nothing. Uh, just go to just wait it out until the next bull market, and you might double your portfolio on one holding. It's possible. It's happened before. BCD. Bitcoin Diamond? Is this the one you want? Bitcoin Diamond's a complete shitcoin. Dang. Look at that. One higher high in Bitcoin. Which time frame? I gotta take out this 21 moving average. I don't even. Alright, first of all, let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. This is not the right one. $4 hour? Yeah, I do think so. Yeah, it looks like an incomplete pattern. We have a support that's been tested 5 times. Looks like we can get one more higher high, but like I was saying before, risk is to the downside, and it looms large. But my expectation for the next week is to kind of just grind up, maybe consolidate, probably end up around where we are now, but going down. So, I mean, if you're a scalper, you fucking love this action. Just going up and down within a range, just sell the highs, buy the lows. I'm not good at that, but if you are, good for you. You just made a lot of money this week. Sell your alts at the highs. Well, I mean, in hindsight, or well, obviously you want to sell them at the highs, but it's not always possible. Like I say, scale in, scale out. It'll keep you a little bit more sane. Don't go all in. Don't pull your entire position. Do it a little bit at a time. Like, you think that there's a 50% chance it goes down more? Take out 50%? I mean, nothing's 100%, so don't take out 100%. And then it goes lower. Like, as it goes lower, you just slowly add back your position. But, I mean, the thing with crypto is that these bottoms just happen so fast. Like, look at this. Sprung down from the low, up 50% in 4 days. So you got to make sure that if you're going to sell now, you have to be around to catch the low. What about the word in crypto bill that exchanges and miners are defending 6K? It doesn't matter who's defending it. You know, they just have a lot of money. That's how it is in every market. And it doesn't matter how... Yeah, it just doesn't matter because that level is going to be taken out eventually. That's just how markets are. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I have to fix my visibility on this. Oh, Jesus. Okay, there we go. Hope that didn't mess everything up. Alright, cool. Yeah, I mean, miners defending 6K? Probably. If I was a miner, I would be doing that too. Just because it's interesting because Arthur Hayes said that basically in the past we've seen bottoms where miners start to shut down, and historically and right now that seems to be around the 3,000 to 4,000 region, which is pretty good confluence with what I've been saying just from reading the chart. And yeah, below 5,000 is where it starts to get interesting. So, I mean, if you're not subscribed, first of all, if you're not subscribed to getting Arthur Hayes' newsletter on BitMEX's blog, you should. It's a very good read. Smart guy. Are the exchanges and miners defending 6K? Probably. But when you get a level of support that's been tested 4 times, 5th time it's going to go down. Levels don't hold forever. Arthur Hayes, BitMEX Research. I mean, man, if you just go down this list, like, I've pretty much looked at fundamentals for, at this point, most of the coins on this list, and I can tell you, none of these are going to survive in the long term. Like, even Ethereum is questionable if it's going to survive. Ripple's not going to survive. Bcash not going to survive. Stellar probably not. Litecoin no. Tether no. Cardano maybe. Monero no. IOTA no. Tron no. ETC no. Dash no. Neo no. Nem no. Binance maybe. Tezos maybe. VeChain probably not. Zcash no. OMG no. Like, all these, and if it gets even worse when you go down the list, I mean, let me see if I can find contiguous ones that are all going to die. Like, not a bad list right here. You know, these could all go to zero. I know it's not what people want to hear, but Cash's Bitmain. It's never gonna die. Well, we'll see what happens with Bitmain's IPO. Uber or SoftBank just said that they're not involved, so that's interesting. All right, ENG, Icon. I went over the chart earlier. But it doesn't mean that the coins I think are going to die aren't going to pump majorly in the next bull run. I think they are. That's just how crypto is. But I wouldn't expect them to be around afterwards. All right, Wanchain. I mean, this thing is just a monster going down. Like, dang. I had a good trade on this earlier when it went from $5 up to 10. And then since then have mainly stayed out. To me, oh, that's a pretty nice rally, actually. Let's take a look. Bitmain owns 40% of Bitcoin. No, they don't. Wanchain has a chance at a bottom, but still looks like it needs to, but it definitely still needs to form a longer term bullish pattern for me to consider buying it back. Enigma, corrective up, targeting 40 cents. Icon, also corrective up, targeting 30 cents. It's been said that China owns 40%. I've never heard that. Maybe they have 40% of the mining, sure. But they don't own 40% of Bitcoin. Have I sold my alts and intend to buy them back later? Not all of them. I still have very small positions in some of them. I still have a fairly substantial position in Ravencoin. And I mean, this is just something I just hold. Like, I don't check this very often at all. Just got to listen on Bittrex, which is kind of cool, except that it didn't pump at all. So that's kind of a bummer. Yeah, I still have a pretty good amount of this. Still have not a lot, but I still have small amounts of like my long-term favorites like BitShares, EOS, Steem, Bitcoin, of course, Enigma, Icon. But yeah, took a lot of profit on those. Oh well, some of them took some losses, but that's okay. Just how it goes. I really hope Ravencoin's a big winner, because that would be very good for me. All right, so creeping up on an hour. Not sure if there's much more for me to say. I guess I'll just do a quick summary. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum look to grind up higher this week. Maybe start their descents down into their final lows. And hopefully after that, we can go up to all-time highs. That would be pretty nice. So, yeah, I'll do the outro and then answer any questions afterwards. So let's get the camera back on webcam. All right, so if you are not already subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and do so to get the best cryptocurrency trading advice that there is out there, at least for what we think. And our goal here at Altcoin Mantras is really to help you achieve a little bit more of your goal towards financial freedom, whether that is being able to buy a Lambo. Probably not, though. Not really a point, at least from my point of view, but probably to maybe spend more time with family, not have to work so much, or buy the house you always wanted. And we want to help you get through there with crypto. It's been a little bit challenging recently, I know, for a lot of you guys, but we'll get you there. And if you want to keep up with us during the week, you can go to our Telegram channel, which is t.me/altcoin mentors, as well as the brand new beta altcoin mentees chat. We're slowly trying to grow it, make it very sustainable so that we don't have spam or anything. And if you like it, please say so. And lastly, if you want to get the strategy notes, you can go to altcoinmentors.com/strategy. And you can get that in your inbox every Sunday morning, as well as be added to our email list where we send out helpful trading tips and updates in the week. I just got an alert. All right, yeah, weekly close. So apparently there was a 3-day alert on Ethereum. Let's see what happened there. Was it Arthur Hayes' newsletter? Yes, it was. Icon doesn't do much programming in GitHub. Icon is an Asian project, and generally they do not do as much open source. So I would clarify it with them, but no reason to be worried generally. But in that specific case, perhaps. You'll have to dive into more of these specifics there. Ethereum. 3-day. 3-day got a 9. Imperfected. We'll see what happens. So buy a ton when bottoms. So obviously that would be ideal if you can nail the bottom and fill a big position size, but that's usually not how it goes. You usually either buy too early and it draws down and you get stopped out, or you draw down and it goes a lot further than you want, or you buy too late, you FOMO in, and it goes against you. So as always, make your buys in small amounts and always make sure that you have enough to buy in later if it does go lower. And also make sure that you keep your risk sizes manageable. So never trade with money that you can't afford to lose. Don't do anything stupid. There's a guy on Reddit that I saw who took out a $400,000 bank loan to put into crypto and he's fucked now. Don't do that. Any advice for making a nice Monday? Like advice in crypto? Don't FOMO in. Don't chase anything. Know your risk. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're talking about advice for something else, but bought Bitcoin at 19K. You did that? You might want to fade yourself there. It's always interesting because you want to check your own emotions at all times and make sure that you are not succumbing to them. So I remember that when it was peak alt season around here, early January, I was with my girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend. We were getting sushi and I checked my Blockfolio. Actually, I was using Delta, but I just could not believe how high that number was. And I was literally in the state of euphoria that is talked about. And had my emotions been checked better, I would have known that that was a time to take profit. But I didn't, and experienced a big drawdown after that. So yeah, you should always know And on the opposite side, if you are extremely fearful that this thing is going to go to 0, also check the emotion and put in some, of course, with a reasonable risk size. And I think that is a good place to end it. So, again, thank you for watching. We appreciate everything that our viewers do. We appreciate your time, which is your most important resource, and we know that you could be doing anything else. But personally, I would not be doing anything else. So, I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day, everyone.